television show, America's Crowdfunding Strategist. So I'm on the road. I've decided I'm going to try something out that is a total experiment. This is going to be part of a video blog series. Yes, I'm doing a video blog. And it started just to be something to kind of help me uh, really have accountability. Here's the deal: LinkedIn and conversation starters on LinkedIn. Conversation starters on LinkedIn. This is the first time I'm doing a video blog. This is a new computer, so I'm using the computer video. I'm not using my really great webcam that I have at home. So I've got to get a webcam that can go with me on the road, and I can take it with me because I love beautiful cameras. Uh, I'm a little self-conscious about a not so great camera. I am here in Phoenix, Arizona. This is my great hotel room. Thank you, Charisse Irby. I'm here at the Marriott Residence Inn. The Residence Inn is actually pretty nice. The bed is smaller than a regular Marriott, but the bed is a nice Marriott bed. So the pillows, you know, 6 different pillows, amazing cushy Marriott bed. So if you've never stayed in a Residence Inn, because you were concerned that it wasn't at the Marriott level of comfort, the bed is Marriott comfort. The room is amazing, and I'm really comfortable. So it's very nice. My first time in a Marriott Residence Inn, and I'm really happy. Very little makeup today. It's Sunday. I have one day a week that I try not to wear makeup, so it keeps my skin really clear. I don't have a lot of breakups, and I don't have a lot of skin problems, and that's one of my rules: is one day a week, zero makeup. And today's my day, and of course I'm on video. I'm doing TV, so there's no makeup today. Very plain face today. So here is my deal. And I posted this on LinkedIn that someone had written me an email and said, "Hey, it's nice to meet you on LinkedIn. Can we have a chat? I'd like to find out more about what you do." And I don't know what was going on in my mind, but my reaction was really being a jerk. It was really not being a nice person. And it was like, "You're on LinkedIn. You can see what I do. What are you talking about? You can see what I do. That doesn't make any sense." Well, this person was just trying to reach out. And let's be frank, I do a lot of things. I travel a lot. I work with kids. I talk about crowdfunding. I talk about this. I talk about that. I talk about TV. And if you don't know me well, it might be confusing about what I do. And I don't know what kind of high horse I was on, and I don't know what kind of high, I guess I was smelling my own funk or whatever. But my response to her was, "No, I don't want to have a chat about what I do. I'm on LinkedIn. You can read about what I do. What would you like to really talk about?" That is not a response you should have. So I've since emailed her and apologized to her for being a jerk on LinkedIn. That is not the response I should have had. It doesn't mean that she's going to turn, be like, "Oh, let's be all friends and let's be a client." She can probably tell everybody, "Dr. Wright's a jerk." And she would be right. I was a jerk to her. I'm not a jerk to everybody, but to her, I was a jerk. And that is the truth of that situation. I didn't behave well in that situation. So, that I blew it on that. So my vow is I'm not going to be on, social media complaining about people. It's ridiculous. I don't know where I got into that habit and thought it was a good idea, but I don't anymore. I think differently about it. And this video is definitely going to hold me accountable to that. Number one. Number two, I did apologize to her. I don't care if she responds or doesn't respond. She doesn't have to respond. It was my thing that I wanted to apologize to her. I've done that. But moving forward, when you want to connect with someone, I don't think let's get on a call and find out what you do and find out what you do. I think that's so vague. I think that it's a little bit lazy. I think that's so much of just not really putting any effort into it. It feels like a waste of time. Let's get on a call. I'd like to talk to you about X is much more explicit. Hey, can we get on a call? I'd like to talk to you for 15 minutes to see if we can put a deal together over X, or we can talk about something specific. I think when you're on LinkedIn or Facebook or any of the mediums and you ask to get on a call about something very vague, and someone like myself who's really busy, number one. Number two, I really prize my time. I'm probably the last of my associates that actually doesn't charge for appointments. Most of and to be quite frank, my coaches and consultants are putting the pressure on me to charge for even just chatting. No free chit chat appointments. Right now, my appointments are free. If you go to meet with Dr. Wright, you can sign up and you can talk to me for free. And most of them are saying, hey, you really need to start charging even for those appointments. So when you're trying to meet with someone who's very busy and you give a very vague reason to it makes it hard for them to make that decision to say yes. But when you say, hey, I'd like to talk to you for 15 minutes to see if it's possible that maybe I can get you to come out for my event. Now I have something to say yes or no to. And I can only speak for me. I can't speak for other professionals. I can't speak for other people. I'm just speaking for me, and maybe this is the same for other people. When you say, hey, can we talk for 15 minutes? I'd like to find out about program X and see if that's a good fit for me. Now there's something for us to get on the phone together. Can we get on the phone for a quick chat? You talked about X, and I think that that's something that might work, but I need a little bit more information. Now there's something to talk about. When you get on the phone and say, hey, or you send me an email and say, hey, I have this program, like a woman, um they're knocking on the door. Hi, I'll be checking out in a little bit. Thank you. Um yes, I'm leaving. Anyway, when you say hey, well, I forgot my train of thought. This is live stream. I didn't practice this. This is live stream. And this is my first video blog. So I didn't tell anybody it was live stream. So nobody's watching live. There's no chats here. So I have time to mess up and even edit this before you see it. But I'm not going to, because I'm on the road, and I don't have my edit suite downloaded to this computer. So the other thing I want to do with this video blog is to explain more about what it is I do, because people are confused about what it is I do. And I think her question she was legitimately confused about what I do. Back to the whole thing. So this other woman friended me on LinkedIn, and then she immediately sent me an invitation to 2 different events that were close to me. Come out to the events. I want to show you about her silver and gold network marketing. Okay, great. I don't want to go, but at least I knew exactly what she was inviting me to, and I could make a decision to say, no, I'm not interested. It wasn't vague. Oh, come to my mysterious meeting. I don't want to tell you what the product is. She said straight up what the product is. Sent videos. This is what I'm doing. This is what it's about. Do you want to come? Do you want to host a meeting? Do you want to be involved? I could make a decision. My point is, don't be vague. Don't be sneaky. Don't hide it. Just say what you want to talk about. Okay? But to say, I want to learn more about what you do, that's vague. You want to learn more about what I do so that you can do business with me, so that you can sell me products and services, so that you could tell your friends, so that you could interview me, so that you could book me to speak, so that, like, what's the next step? It was just too vague for me to comprehend. And I was in a really weird mood where I treated her badly, and that just compounded into a whole bunch of not good. Completely my responsibility, not her responsibility. So, number one, I apologized. Number two, Now we have this video blog where I am going to talk more about what it is I do so that you can understand what do I do. This is the video blog. So it's not my personal life diary, it's my business diary, I guess. I guess that's what it's going to be. So you can understand what I did. So why am I in Phoenix, Arizona? Because I don't live in Phoenix, Arizona, but I do come here a couple of times a year. So the beautiful, lovely Sharice Irby, and she's no joke. She brought me out to speak for her boot camp, and so I got to share for an hour about business systems and how to expand your business. And I talk about business systems around money. I talked about the 3 crowdfunding business systems that you can use to bring money into your business. We always talk about do this, do that to expand your business. Well, where are you supposed to get this money from? Nobody ever talks about that. The traditional way would be business loans or borrowing the money out of your 401k and all this other stuff, and that's great. I talk about the non-traditional ways to find some of the money, and there are through crowdfunding ways. So we talk about subscription crowdfunding. We talked about CF crowdfunding, where you can raise $1 million a year, and we talked about pre-sales crowdfunding. Those are 3 main ways that people use crowdfunding. There are other additional ways to use crowdfunding, but we talked about those 3 ways. I only had 45 minutes, so I couldn't go through everything, but we talked about those additional main ways of doing it, and talked about how to use their businesses, what they needed to do to be even ready to get this kind of money, because everybody wants $1 million, but everybody doesn't have the kind of business entity, because I'm talking about business crowdfunding. Everybody doesn't have the business entity to even be able to hold that type of money. And so I talked about what you needed. It was an all-day event. Sharice is very creative, and so the whole thing was kind of battle fatigue, army fatigue themed. And I just love how she comes up with themes. If she wasn't doing what she was doing, she would be an amazing event planner, because just her ideas and themes. And she had a little gift bag. I think I left my gift bag because I can't find it now. Maybe it's in the car, but I can't find it. And anyway, she just did all this cool stuff. And so I'm always blessed to be a speaker. She's a empire builder. She's building an empire. She has legacy on her mind. So that is quite amazing. And it's just fun to be in her orbit. Her and Michael Castle, her husband, it's just fun to be in their orbit, because they have big things on their mind and they are doing big things. Also, one of the other speakers was a good friend of mine, Dr. Coffee Shop Meetups. So I'll be putting that up. That's something I've decided for 2019. I did have one for, I just came back also Tuesday. This is Sunday. Tuesday, just a few days ago, I was in Oakland, California for a meeting, and I did have a meetup. Here's what went wrong. I put it on Eventbrite. Somehow the links were not working right, and I do know of a couple of people that tried